Hello and welcome or welcome back to our channel. I'm Anna-Marie and today I've got another video tutorial for you featuring our Nature Weave dye collection. Right, in this tutorial I will be showing you how we can actually turn our weaved carte blanche effect into a bit of a mixed media effect, and of course that involves some inking and obviously a few other bits and pieces. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to actually do the weaving on my blank card. You can see obviously how I die cut my 5x7 blank card. It's slightly skew weave, and I actually feel that is more interesting than just a straight sort of effect. Okay, so I'm going to start with this particular part of my demo by literally trimming my strips. You can see they are tightly die cut. So the first thing you need to do is just separate them, trim the strips and start weaving. And the second one may be a little bit more, not difficult, but a little bit more tighter for you to sort of weave in and out. And so what you can do is simply, let me show you. You will probably get to a point where by pushing this second strip in is a little bit obviously tighter still. So all you have to do is just lift these strips up and then quite easily just push it in. All right, that's all I wanted to remind you of, and then on to the next part. So as I will be using a Blissful Roses cardstock to die cut my wheat sprigs, I will also fussy cut some of the roses that you're getting on the same pattern. So these are really super cute and beautiful to just add to our flower arrangement. Okay, so my roses are prepared. If I need any more, I obviously can fussy cut some more. Right, so onto my blank card. Now the glue is obviously nice, dry, and everything is secured. I will just release my pegs, and for very, very slim and thin strips of your card, what you could always choose to do, you could snip it, okay, still keep it in this place, or you could actually leave it behind if you wanted to. For now, I'm just going to keep it as it is because I can, if I wanted to, I can apply some pearl gems or any other gems if I obviously wanted to. Okay, so we have this beautiful pattern, and now I'm going to go for an ink pad. So I've got the beautiful picked raspberry, and I also want to go for peeled paint. So it's going to be a very, very delicate one. And of course, we can also go for some brown colored ink pad as well. Now, there's so many possibilities, obviously. Now, if you want to go slightly lighter, you could go for the antique linen, and the choice is yours. But let's start with highlighting my textured sort of blank card with some pink. This pink ink pad is actually the color that I've used for my flower. I wanted to make my flowers a little bit stronger. I can add some more of the color. So now on to our base card. So Right, so this is what I have at this point, and it's very delicate, isn't it? As you can see, by using two different brushing tools, a sponge or a brush, obviously we're creating a different effect. One is lighter, more delicate, the other one is stronger. So it's your choice how you would like to obviously ink up your textured weaving plate. And now I'm going to add a little bit of the antique linen. And we can proceed with the next step. Right, so as you can see, I've got a nice big blob here, but that's obviously nothing to worry about. We can actually make our wheat sprigs a little bit darker in colour, so I'm going to do that in a moment. But before you obviously carry on going with anything else, what I will do is actually place my flowers in and see whether obviously any of these colors that I've chosen is too strong or too light, because the flower is what needs to stand out. So I'm going to be inking up the wheat sprigs, and of course is going to be the matching green. Okay, that is beautiful. I love my background, and in this case what I will actually do, instead of using it as a portrait card, I will actually create a landscape card. And obviously now, what are we going to do with the top? Now, I don't want them to be this long because they might look a little bit silly. So I will trim my strips a little bit. And obviously this one's going to be the longest and then shorter. So, okay, I'm going to start putting things together. And what I also have is this beautiful ornate frame, which actually is in beigey kind of colour. This is the cocoa from a blissful cardstock. And so, as always, a little bit of natural fibre. And now I'm going to bring my flowers into the mix. So as this is my base card, by placing my flower, I'm just going to tilt it a little bit. So this is one of the flowers from the scalloped flower die, and it's honestly absolutely beautiful. And this smaller flower I'm going to place inside of my wreath, just ever so slightly, just like so. Okay, and now I'm going to use my beautiful fussy cut rose. And now onto my smaller roses. Just like so. So I've got one more, and of course we can add all of them in a moment. And now onto our twigs. Beautiful. So I am using slightly smaller blank card, which is unusual for me. I normally work with the bigger size card. So what I do have here, it's a little border from my border adornments set, and I'm just going to round this border literally from one point here I have this beautiful rose here, and I know exactly where I'm going to place it. I also have this typewriter message, make a wish, and I'm going to actually just layer this message on a white piece of card. Right, and I'm just going to literally attach it to my border. And with the 3D pads, I'm going to raise them a little bit, and that way I will secure them in place. So do you remember that little smudge that I created with the bit of glue? Okay, it's just there a little bit. And of course, this is why I've created my little strip using the border adornments. Really nice, delicate. It's coming up here, so I know I can place a little gem on top of it just to completely disguise it, but we can actually add a few more roses anyway. And of course I'm going to actually fussy cut this little leaf here, okay, and place my flower just like so. Right, just like so. I'm going to add a little pad behind my rose, and the rest is going to be stuck on with the glue. So that little marking that I had is completely gone now. So I'm nearly finished with my project. I'm just going to add a few pretty little things and we can move on. Now, one thing I can see here is that I have this beautiful spot here that actually could do with another flower. And of course, I could just make another flower like so, but the two really visible ones are just amazing. So I'm going to leave them as they are, and I'm just going to add a rose, another rose to the mix. And I think that way you will see for yourself that this is a pretty perfect solution to that problem. I know that I can just push it in just like that. And my rose is raised, my twigs are still beautifully in place, and my card is done. Well, there you go. So that's my landscape. 5x7 blank card, but of course is beautifully textured with obviously a weaving plate. So on top of this beautiful effect, all I'm going to do is just going to add few pearls here and there, and I think that way we will definitely be done. Now, one other thing that I would like to mention is that if you have anything that you already used for the center of your flowers, okay, and like in this case, I already have a little rose which beautifully complements my roses here, then I can add additional rose like this to my mix. And that way we're creating, well, slightly different effect, but everything is beautifully matching. So there you go. Just like so. And now a few more little pearls and my card will be done. Right, so I am done with this lovely mixed media weaved background card, yes. But one other thing I will add just now is basically the a touch of my pink here. I think I could do with a little bit more pink. So there you go. I'm just going to highlight it again. I am applying more pressure now because now I know that I need more pink. So there you go. So that's absolutely fine. And if you look at it this way, I hope you could see and agree with me. But yeah, a little bit more pink was absolutely needed here. If you are very careful with other parts of your background, then bring more color into the mix as well. Now, as you can see, now I'm creating more of a contrast. And of course, you can see that it is possible to do something like this later on. So we don't have to overdo the color straight away. There you go. And just a little bit here. And I'm definitely finished now. So I hope you like this mixed media sort of effect. I like the clean effect, but I also like adding color to something like the background as well. So there you go. Now I will obviously include some links in the description box below for you, just in case you've missed the make 30 flowers from one die. So thank you very much for watching, and I see you very soon. Bye bye. Thank you.